Hello everyone, my name is Karim Shousha. I am Senior Lighting Artist at Ubisoft. And today I'm gonna present my new blueprint for lighting. I call it Sky Atmo Pro. With these tools you will allow to create very hyper realistic lighting for your exterior scene in just few seconds. And believe me, it's gonna be something mind-blowing. So before we start, you have to change something in the plugin and project setting. So the first thing, just make sure you allow HDRI, okay, from plugins. And also we're gonna go to project setting, then go rendering, and we'll go to lumen system and make sure your support hardware ray tracing is enabled, and also enable this option and make sure head lighting for reflection is enabled. Okay, and also we're gonna go to the exposure, which is very important too. We'll find the exposure. Where's the exposure? Yeah, from the exposure here, make sure your extended default lumens it's enabled also. Okay, and then you have to restart your engine and open it again. Once you open it, you will find project. It's called where? Yes. So you will find this project Sky Atmo Pro. So simply you can open it. And once it's open, it's ready to migrate this file to your projects. Okay, so it's very simple. You can just right click on Sky Atmo Pro and migrate. Make sure you select everything and then okay, and then put it in your starter content, in your content folder. Once you have it, so let's open this project first. And we have to close this. Once you have it, you will find a lot of things. So we have here's mood, which is this level. You can drag and drop here in levels. So I already added here. So once you add it, you will have double click here. So you will have different customized mode I already created to helping you to add your modes. So let's try to switch between this mode. As you can see here, this one for the raining, and let's see the clear sky. You see we have very beautiful sky with the fog and everything. Also you have fully control here. We will cover everything here in controls. Okay, also you can switch to night, and also I have another night time. You see it's very nice. And overcasting, we have two different overcasting lighting, and also we have some nice sunset lighting. So you can just copy this and put it in your project, or you can drag and drop this level in your project, and then you can switch between all of this setting. So how it can be works, so let's start from beginning. So simply you can just drag and drop here, okay, or you will find it here. If you write sky, you will find my Atmo Sky here. So just place it in place. As you can see here, if we turn this off, no light, now we have very beautiful lights. Okay, so from here we have different setting. Let's start with the cube map, which is important. If you search on the cube maps, you will find bunch of the HDRI. It's ready to use. But just in case, if you are looking for to add any HDRI from like HDRI Haven, so we can simply just open HDRI Haven. And let's say I will take this one, download it 4K. Once you download it, you have to drag and drop here. Okay, and then double click. So all you need to change from texture group to no map maps, and also the resolution has to be here maximum picture size 4K, so for 96, or you can find the resolution here. So just try to matching the same resolution, save it, and then you will able to drag and drop this here. Okay, but be careful, you can use this for sure in the forest scenes, but in our scene now, let's try to use different mode. So I am gonna try to use like something like sunset. So let's try to use the sunset. So once we have it, just turn off, turn on. So you see the light, it's already updated. Okay, so you can simply rotate your light. Okay, and also you can rotate only the direction light by go there, and then you can simply just rotate your light like this. Okay, this is not only thing, we have a bunch of controls in my blueprint. So the first controls here, let's go back here. Okay, we have intensity for the sky, only sky itself, and if you change the intensity, will not affect on the global illumination. So if you needed to have more darker, so we can go for 100 or 200. Okay, if you need to add more contrast, so we have something here, it's called sky sun intensity, so you can add it too. We're gonna have more contrast here, so we can keep this 0.1. okay, so you can add more intensity if you need to make your sky has more saturation. Also, if we go here, you can add any color, you can change the color mode. So we can simply go there, and from here you can start to change your sky coloring by using these options. Okay, so now we have different sky mode, and it looks very beautiful. Okay, to match the sunlight with the sky, so simply you have just to make sure your direction in the same place. Okay, and once you have this, let's go back here, and if we go down, you will find light color for the direction light. So just pick the right color here, and that's it. Okay, also you will find here its source angle, which is to add more smooth for the shadow. Okay, so to have the full control of the shadow, and the temperature, if you need the temperature to have more blue, warm, or more cold. Okay, also we have here volumetric scattering light, so you can add more scattering, and we have control for the scattering, or you can add more indirect light intensity. Okay, but let's go back here. So the important thing here, it's for me, it's the intensity for the sky, because if you are looking for to have more intensity for the global ambience or less, we can add it here. So firstly, let's try to make the sky, the sunlight, it's about 1000 or 1500. Okay, once you have this here, now we can go to the skylight intensity, and let's add it more intensity. That's mean we're gonna have more bounced for the sky, or if you need to have less intensity like this, that's something natural, well, you can go with 500. Okay, and here I will try to make the sky looks natural. Okay, so Now we have very beautiful sky. Okay, so the second thing here, if we go back to yeah, we already covered the direction light. As I said, you can change the direction light from here, and you can add more shadow. But the beautiful thing here, we have a fake cloud. So let's say you have the cloudy sky and you need to add fake cloud on the ground. So if you place this here, you will find two different sky. So we'll take this one. So now you will have some nice, oh, we can add 3000. We're gonna have some nice shadow. Also, if we add more volumetric, so let's say I'm gonna add 3, and from here we can go to the fog. Okay, so now if we change the direction, you see the direction is up there, so let's move it here. So we're gonna have very nice lighting. We can add more intensity, so let's make it 6000. So now we are matching the light comes from the sky, and now we have this beautiful sunset mood in just few seconds. Okay, so we have a lot of controls here also. So let's go here to the post-processing. From post-processing, you can add chromatic if you want. You can add some plume effect to have some nice plume on the sky, or you can change the temperature to get something like the Pixar mood. Okay, and also the tint, you can add more tint color. LUT, you can add LUT. Okay, VNet, we have VNet here. So the important thing now, it's for exposure. I set my skylight for like the value for the real life. So make sure first your game setting is on, because if it's off, you will find it's too exposure. Okay, but once you turn this on, you will have control for the exposure. So let's switch between the manual and auto. You see, it's, I think it's similar. There is a bit difference, but it's quite similar. So if we just make this 13, so now we have the same value like in auto. That's mean we have a real value for the exposure. Okay, but let's say you need your scene to bring more lights. So you have many options. The first option, you can go to manual, okay, and it change the f-stop number to add more value. Okay, so in the daytime, I would prefer to put this value as 4, okay, and keep everything like the default. And if you have a cloudy day or the raining or the sunset, try to keep it at 8 value. This is a real value. Okay, so if also you have the ISO, and you can control the ISO and shutter speed, okay, to get more light or less. After that, we have local exposure. Local exposure, it's something very nice that if you add like in the mid gray here, we can add more, bring more gamma or more light to the darker area. Also from the shadow, if we change the shadow, we can get more darker area or more brighter like this. It's all up to you. Okay, so let's say I will keep it here 2.5. Okay, and the last thing, it's fog. So we have bunch of control of fogs here, so you can add your fog. So make your fog up to the extended to the sky, or you can just keep it down there. Okay, and also you can add more scattering, and the scale also, you can scale the fog. So now we have very nice fog. Okay, there is something I couldn't add the controls here. It's start distance. So if you need to change the start distance, you can go here to volumetric, exponential fog, and from here you can change the starter distance if you need to change the start distance for the fog. Okay, and last thing also here we have sky atmospheric, which is something very nice to use it if you want to change your mood. So you can simply get mode like this, okay, or you can move it like this. So you have fully controls here to add to control of the sky atmospheric. Okay, so with this setting, you'll able to create your own modes. So I tested here in this project, but let's test it in this project. Okay, so it's Electric Dreams. I love this project so far. So as we can see here, this is the default lighting. Okay, so let's add our magic. So I'm gonna use one of my default, one of my customized lighting. Boom, you see, I just drag it and drop here. I don't do any change. So we have this beautiful lighting. If we move around, you will find this beautiful light. You see, this very, very natural lighting, and it's hyper realism. So let's try to use another one. Let's say I'm gonna try with maybe raining. You see, that's so beautiful. So you might get this mode, maybe it's darker than what I have. So all you just need to switch to change the setting, like the exposure here. As I said, you can add more exposure or less exposure. Okay. Also, with all of this customized blueprint, you can modify also this blueprint to get different modes. So let's try to maybe we can check this one. Okay, so this is a night one. Okay, so it's not mandatory to put the same HDRI in these two options. So I'm gonna add here the night one for the sky, and here I can add any different HDRI to get different bounced. So now you see when we change this one, we have very nice bounced, or I can say I need something like this. So that looks so beautiful. So you see, we just change the HDRI and we get this mode. We do not change anything in the post-processing, or we don't work on post-processing yet. Okay, so also we just try to switch between different modes. Okay, and we can also play with the lighting. So let's say I'm gonna go here to the sun and change the lights. Okay, and we'll try to make the lights like more orange. You see, we have this beautiful lighting, and just make sure once you change any light, just disable and enable this again. Okay, I'm not sure if I am using the cinematic or not, but we can switch to cinematic to make sure that we can see everything correctly. Okay, So now we can move here. So let's say you have this darker area. So in this case, I would prefer to add more intensity, skylight intensity, like 2500. Now we have more skylight intensity. Also, you can change the color. So that's something also you have this control. So let's say you can add red or any other color to create your beautiful mood. Okay, so now you have availability to create your own lighting with just few steps. Okay, and yes, that's pretty much. So let's try, maybe if you need to change more value, so we can add more F number, we can add more exposure or less exposure. Okay, also here we can add more light or less light. Okay, I also prefer to use the value, this value for the source angle, to have some nice soft lighting shadow. So just take a look if this number is default number, like the 2 is too sharp, but if we add like 50 or 80, so we'll have this nice lighting. Okay, you can for sure rotate this guy is not has automatic rotations, but you can add your rotation from the sequence, and it's quite different, but it's simply you can create levels. Okay, and from here it's not mandatory for me to create a camera, but you can simply just drag and drop this here, and once you add it, you can add transform. Also, we need to add something called event and repetition, and from here go properties and search here to update. You will find something called update sky. It's very important. Okay, once you have this, right click and properties again and enable call in editor. Okay, once you have this, now we will able to rotate the HDRI. So let's say I'm gonna rotate it like this. Okay, so now as you can see here, it's rotated, and we have this animation. So now you can animate also the sky with the cloud. And yes, it's time to try this switch between all of this mode. You see we have like this mode, and we can modify very easily by adding. So let's go here, manual, and let's add this 4. So we have this beautiful lighting. So let's say I need to see the cloud. So I can go here and add 100. Or we have different cloud system here. So we have one has more cloudy. So I'm trying to find it. Yes, this one. And we can go back here. Maybe I can add more intensity, and from the exposure, now we can really see the sky. Okay. And if you are looking for to add more light, so as I told you before, you can add more intensity like 1500 to your scene. And from levels here, from the mid gray, we can add 3.7. So now we have this beautiful cloudy lighting. It looks so natural. You see, even if we go here, we have this nice God rays. We can move around. It's affecting everywhere. We have this beautiful mode. So in just few seconds. So yeah, it's time to use it in your scene. I wish you like it. Don't forget to register on my website linkcommenter.com and get linkcommenter.com, and you can get my new blueprint from here. And also you can get my lighting course. Now it's already recorded. It was live before, but now it's recorded. We have 7 weeks. It's about 28 hours, and I have discount 50%. So get it now. And also don't forget to get my underwater blueprint if you want to get it, or if you didn't get it yet. I wish you like it. Don't forget to share this video and share this post, and please leave your review and comment to just make sure it works with you very well. Thank you guys, and see you in next video. Bye bye.